Hello, I'm Juan Holcomb, and this is On Point Opinions. And welcome back. Here we are. We're here to enlighten you, to challenge you, and to tell you about the hot, controversial topics of the day. We're excited. We're excited to be here. This is something we've been working towards, and we want you to tell your friends and tell everybody about On Point Opinions. And we'll be coming to you every month, first Sunday of the month at 6 p.m. So don't miss it. You want to be here because we are hitting it and we're bringing it to you. Good evening, Bob.
Good evening, Juan Holcomb. How y'all doing out there in virtual world? I'm Bobby Special K Kenza.
Yes,
And as Juan told you, this is On Point Opinions.
yes.
Me and Juan came up with this idea years ago, and we always talked about it. We said, you know what? We're tired of hearing all this white noise and all this fake news and just jacked up news, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And so we figured we get together and we know that we want to empower people with information. So
Yeah.
that's why we started On Point Opinions, because we're where Main Street meets Wall Street. And we just want to talk about some of the significant topics of the day that are of interest to people.
Mhm.
So we would like for you to click on the thumbs up buttons, hit the like button so we can get some traction, so that Facebook will expand our viewership. And that heart is so important to do the heart also. Now, the comment button. Look, if there's something we're talking about that interests you, or you want clarification, or you have an on-point opinion about, put it in the comment box and we're going to share it, because we want to make this interactive. We just don't want to be talking to you. So remember, tell your friends, tell your grandmama, tell mama, your daddy, and Lottie Dottie, everybody.
Everybody.
We really want to make this happen.
Mhm.
And it's at 6 p.m. first Sunday of every month. So with that, Juan, let's get into the hot, juicy topic of the day. It's already off. No, the topic of the day
Mhm.
is Joe Biden and the Build Back Better plan and the splitting of, what is the Democratic Party splitting over this Build Back Better plan?
Great question. And that is the hot topic of the day. And I'm split. I'm ambivalent about it, Bob. I'm not sure that there's really a split. First of all, from what I can see, there seems to be just a couple of senators that are holding things up. I could be wrong. You got everybody talking about progressives against moderates, and that they're mad at the one piece. But I think that may be just noise, as you said earlier in the thing. That may be white noise. I'm not sure that there is a split. And I really feel that the Democrats struggle with messaging, and they have to do a better job of telling them what they're working on, what they're bringing to the people. And now it's all about the money. And I do believe that specifically the two people I'm talking about, Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, they have their agenda. I think they have an agenda. I think they like the publicity and the power that they have in this process.
They
So
act like they're in the Republicans' pocket.
it does seem to be that. And I've gotten a lot of comments, just like you said, Bob, to the point of I had comments from friends and relatives who are thinking that they are maybe Republican in Democratic clothing. Or did I say that right? Are they Republican plans? And I don't think so. But I do think that they are enjoying the power that they have. They all get money from special interests. And for those of you who are not sure what I mean when I say special interests, the corporations or organizations that lobby, the lobbyists who really have an outsized influence on what politics are.
But Juan, I'm kind of not feeling you about when you say about you, is the Democratic Party really split? I mean, this is nothing new. Even before this, seemed like the Democratic Party is always split. That's why the Republicans cleaned the Democrats' clock, because Republicans, they agree all to this, they agree to disagree. They all march in the same step.
Mm-hmm.
But since Trump came, he kind of split the conservatives. Now they kind of split. But
Mm-hmm.
Democrats have been struggling with that for years, wanting to mess it, because it's like you got one part that is for abortion, then you got somebody else who's for gay rights,
Mm-hmm.
you got somebody else who's for fiscal responsibility. The Democratic Party has always been, it's the melting pot tent,
Mm-hmm.
but the messaging sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood how they never get their messaging, but I think, you know, you talk about it's the two people, Joe Manchin and Cinnamon, or I call her Cinnamon. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the girl down at the Macombo Lounge. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is. Kristen Cinnamon.
But that's who she reminds me of. Somebody on the poll. I'm talking about the voting polls.
Voting polls. Yes.
Yeah,
yes. So I knew what you meant. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I digress. But Juan,
yeah,
the moderates and the progressives, they seem a little bit split too, especially the moderates, because the moderates wanted that, you know, infrastructure plan and said, let's just get that in. But the progressives were like, oh no, how do you feel about that split? Whose side do you take on that, by the way? The moderates who said, we already got a bipartisan bill for the infrastructure. Well, let's at least get that in and then work on. And then the progressives like, no, we've heard that before. Don't even try. We're not Bobo the Clown. Y'all get that in, and then y'all not even going to think no more about the, what is it they call it, the Build Back Better plan, the social net type of plan.
So the social safety net, the big safety net part.
Where are you on that? Where are you?
Bob, I think you answered your own question. And I mean, what I mean by that, and you alluded to it, is that the Democrats are a big tent party. And that is very difficult to manage that process. You have not only racial diversity, you have gender diversity, you have ethnic diversity, you have population diversity. So there is so many fractions to please, whereas the Republican Party is getting narrower and narrower. They are streaming down. That is one reason they are passing some of these laws, that their party, their constituency is narrowing, whereas the Democrats are expanding. That's what there's a problem in immigration, or there's a problem. They seem to have a problem with everything. So that is the big challenge for the Democratic Party, is that being the big tent party, how do you keep folks together, and how do you keep the party from splintering?
You don't. You know what you do? You get a whole new party. That's what needs to happen. There need to be a third party anyway, because that two-party thing is monopolized politics any daggone way, Juan.
Well, they say there's a two-party system. I beg to differ. I think that there's really only one party. There's one party that's governing. There's one governing party, and then there's one ruling party who's trying to rule.
And who's that?
Doing a good job.
Who's that?
Who's the ruling party? Better Republicans.
No, Juan. No, I thought you were going to say, no, there's only one party, and that's the party of money.
well,
if they don't open their mouth,
right,
you think they're sisters and brothers. But until they open their mouth, and it's all about money. You know what I'm saying? Well,
and I think that's a topic for another day too. I do think that's a topic. But sticking to your topic, Bob, the thing about what the Democrats are proposing, it seems to be popular in the country, especially in states like where Joe Manchin's from, West Virginia, which is a very poor state. They are ravaged with opioid, ravaged with the virus. They would benefit greatly from Medicaid expansion, for child care, tax credits. These things will help them tremendously. And I think that that is one thing that seems to be overshoot even the money. And that's, we're talking about money. Folks will get money, but there is popularity on these particular pose
So,
in the country. At least that's what I'm hearing.
We're coming at the end of this topic, Juan. So where do you think, how you think it's going to play out?
I do think that they're going to pass both, and the Democrats have to stop putting artificial timelines and dates on things. That's their doing. Once again, I don't know who's managing the process, but that's a date that they came up with. But I do know I think that they will pass, because we do have to get back to some of the other bills that we need to get passed,
Cool.
For voting and the like.
So that's we spent enough time on that topic, and I want to say hello to my brother Jay out there, man. Jay Drury, who worked with me at the FDIC, who's still there making all that good FDIC money. Talking about money.
Good for you, Jay. Right.
Man, the FDIC, man, it was hard to retire. They pay them up good. But Juan, let's talk about a subject, a topic, man. It's kind of messed up because it was hot for a minute and now it's off the radar. Let's talk about the crisis that was at the border with the Haitian refugees. They done moved the mugs out, swept the mugs under the wall. I mean, they're gone. It was 8,000 people under the bridge. I looked the other day, the mugs was totally gone.
I think they're all in one plane back to Haiti.
Yeah, and Mexico. They didn't all go back to Haiti. They sent back some of the mugs to Mexico, and the Mexico mugs, they fight them too. But why? Explain what's going on? Why do they treat the Haitians? I mean, I kind of know, but why they treat the Haitians the way they do? Juan, tell me.
Whew. Well.
Or are they being treated different? Maybe I should say that first.
Well, I think definitely the Haitians are treated differently, and I believe it has once again to do with race. And I know they feel like that's something that we bring up all the time, but it's just blatantly obvious that there is a racial component to the Haitians, and for them having to. Many of them are being deported, and I think that's a big sore spot. And I don't know what to make of the fact that it seems like as big as it was, it is off the radar right now. But I remember vividly the men on horseback chasing down people and whipping them with their horse whips, and that harkened back to a different time, and that's very disturbing to me. And the deportation problem is also bothersome to me. I don't know if you're familiar, Bob, with Title 42.
What's that?
That is a Trump era policy that allows, and I'm paraphrasing, allows government to deport or send back people to their home country based on health care. With the pandemic, it cites that health risk, and that is something that I believe the Biden administration is using to deport the Haitians. But I do think it is being used unfairly, because every person by American law is allowed to lobby for asylum here in this country, and it's supposed to be giving a date. So it's rough back in Haiti. I think that
this is, man, look, let me tell you about Haitians, man. This was amazed me about them mugs. Them mugs just say, "I'm out of here." They just start swimming. they just say, "I'm out of here," and just start swimming over to the border. I mean, it's amazing. No, it's the truth, Juan. These mugs like, "I'm out of here," and they just start swimming.
Right.
They don't care. And it'll be like they swim for about 2 weeks. I'm serious. But I mean, I guess I would too if I was trying to get out of my country. But Juan, I want to say hello to Mia. Mia and Dee Dee is out there, and Margot. What's up, Margot? Thank y'all for joining us. Yeah, little Dee Dee, man, our nephew. But Juan, it's amazing how they treat the Haitian people. And one of the reasons why Haitians get so much flack, because it's not said, but remember, Haitians one of the first people, slaves, they got their freedom from France, that were actually slaves, one of the real slaves, and they never let them know.
Absolutely.
That, by the way, don't think that's not a part of why
Right.
they treat Haitians.
Right.
Yes, their skin color, they're
Right.
racist, but
Right.
at the same time,
Mhm.
don't let them think that they forgot about how Haitians fought and won
Yes. Yes.
the freedom,
Hmm.
and they've been battling that stigma for years. But it's just really sad, man, that they treat, and like they put, and nothing against, have nothing against the Mexicans, but yet they put the Mexicans kids up. Now it wasn't the greatest of places, but they did put them up. But the Haitians, they didn't beat the Mexicans.
Right.
They didn't, it was Mexicans
Hmm.
coming across the border.
Hmm.
But I mean, that's just the
Yeah.
society we live
Yeah.
in. And I never understood how Joe Biden and Kamala Harris said that we don't live in a racist society. If that doesn't show you the way they treated the Haitian, look, that topic is gone already. I don't even hear them mention it, Juan.
Well, do you feel, Bob, that that this will be some blowback to Biden and Harris, because Harris was put in charge of that particular thing, this Haitian refugee situation? What do you think will be, if any?
Well, that's a play on words. It's going to be a blow black. That's the only people going to get on him. The white people, I mean, most people in the administration, white people in the administration, not white people in general, they already showed they don't care. They're not even talking about it. But I know some black people going to hold Kamala Harris feet to the fire and Joe Biden, but not black people not even talking about it, Juan. It's just amazing how they swept that. I'm talking about, Juan, in a matter of days, 8,000 people disappeared.
Yeah, they did seem to, once the publicity got hot and everybody went down there, it seemed to dissipate rather quickly. But Bob, I thought you gave a great history lesson to folks who are not maybe totally familiar with the Haitian history, but they are still paying for the fact that they freed themselves and broke away from France. And I believe, and don't hold me to this, but I believe they still pay reparations to France for their gaining their freedom. And wow. and for a very poor country that continues to drag them down. But a combination of all of these things, their government being in disarray from assassinations, but they've never wanted Haiti to succeed, because it would be a black nation in the Western Hemisphere, and their closest in their own hemisphere succeeding. And I don't believe that they've ever wanted that. And so I think that's going to continue to be a sore spot and a problem going forward.
So with that, Juan, let's change gears, man.
All right.
A lot of churches, should the churches be returning to their sanctuaries? Should they be returning to their sanctuaries with this new variant and, people still dying, over 700,000 people? Should churches be returning to their sanctuaries?
Well, I'm wondering, I think some churches probably never stop meeting, but yes, some churches are back. I don't know that they're back in full force, all of them, but my particular church, for instance, they returned, and I'm kind of torn with it, Bob. I've gotten used to the new virtual church, and what do they call them? I believe kind of the new pajama church. The people are liking to.
Yeah, one friend of mine started a church called Bedside Tabernacle.
Yeah, Bedside Tabernacle.
but Juan, I just want. I guess. Okay, with the whole COVID thing, should you take the shot? It's a personal thing. It's a health thing. That we talked about that the last show, but it's still real, and I still think it's too early to be going back to churches because, it seems like. Do you think the COVID is going to spread now more of that? Because one thing I noticed, Juan, and I could be wrong. Well, yeah, the statistics show Black people have been taking the vaccine. I just came from North Carolina, down in Chapel Hill, Durham, and Raleigh. And when I go into the gas stations and to the Subway, foods places, the black people are wearing masks, and I'm telling you, majority, I'm talking about like 80% or more, white people are not wearing a mask. So should, I mean, I don't know if the issue with black people going back to church may be an issue because at least black people seem like most of them are taking the vaccine. But it's the younger group, like they say, that's 25 and under black that are not really taking the vaccine. And I really still don't get that. I believe it's still your choice, but the argument about, I'm like, everybody who went to public or private school, you could not have gone to public or got out of public private school if you didn't take at least 5 vaccinations.
That's right.
Churches, man, it's changing, Juan, because what's happening now, the tax law has changed too. And it's timely for churches with the COVID because now the standard deduction for married, filing joint is $24,000 standard. You get that no matter what. So now a lot of people used to tithe more because they could write it off if they itemize it, to get that write-off. But now if you're married, it's 24,000, filing joint legal, it's 12,000. Most people don't have that many write-offs. Some people, it's going to affect the churches, Juan, because now some people used to, give more money because they were able to write it off. And now there's no incentive to write off because they have this big write-off. So now with the COVID and people not, going and putting money in the pot, they having to mail it in. This is going to affect churches, man. And that's why I think some churches are trying to get back in there to get the people. And I know it's not just about the money, but sometimes it's about the money.
Well, can the churches survive? Can the churches survive, and can they survive virtually?
Well, several churches have been struggling. Several churches because a lot of parishioners have not been going back. And I'm just not ready to go back, because I just don't think we still understand this whole new variant and COVID. And if you can go virtual, but this is the catch-22, Juan. A lot of people are, talking about how bad this is, but a lot of churches have picked up a lot of new members because of going virtual. And I know it might have hurt some other churches because they left and they're looking at other churches, but at the same time, it's helping some other churches. So, is it a good thing?
Well, that's what I think. That's what I think is maybe will kind of balance it. I know that we've gotten some people join from the West Coast, and that is the advantage of doing it virtually. And then there's churches that have done this for a long time. They've either been a TV evangelists but now with the technology and streaming, really it's allowed a lot of churches to do this. And I think that is also helped churches survive. But something my assistant suggested to me is, what about fellowship? What about the fellowship that so many people thrive on and look for?
Yeah.
But something you said, Bob, I mean, will this return to churches? But look at the stadiums, 100,000 people at a college football stadium with no mask. So,
but I'm saying, Juan, I'm not trying to make this a racist thing, but if you look at the majority of them at them games, it's white people with no masks on. Am I right or wrong?
I think they said it's going to be a long winter.
So, Juan, I want to ask this question to the people who are viewing out there. Put in the comment box, do you think churches should be going back?
Yeah.
Or do you think they need to have another waiting period, especially with this new variants and spreading and what everybody not fully vaccinated? So we're asking that question. Put it in the comment box.
Please.
And let us know. What is your take? Do you think churches should be going back, or is it too early to be going back? Are you going back? Let us know. We just want to know.
And have we turned the corner on COVID?
Oh,
people
Lord.
think we turned the corner. Are we out of that dark darkness now. So I'd like to hear what folks think about that, without a doubt.
Cool. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So churches, Warren. So we'll see, man, because
Mm-hmm.
some churches, man, are just. I mean, I know
Mm-hmm.
you talk about fellowship, and I'll end it on this. The greatest thing though about Zoom, man, you can still fellowship. Now I know people talking about I don't know about handshake, but at least with Zoom you can see somebody,
Right.
and it works for me because we have a men's Bible study
Right.
at Reed Temple, and it's great. And then we have a Bible study with Tony Dungy and James Brown. That's every Wednesday, and to see everybody,
right?
You know, that's a pretty good thing.
Well, just a quick on that top of that, Bob, and I know we have to segue, but you know, I have a 97-year-old father, and I know how much church means to him, and we've not gone back to the sanctuary yet. So that's something that concerns me, and I know that he misses that interaction, but he's being patient. But I know he misses that interaction. So
does he do Zoom at all?
Yes, we Zoom and stream services and all the parts. So we have meetings. So he does get to do that, and people have done drive-by visits. So it's been good. Everybody checks on it.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I just want to give a quick disclaimer about me and Juan's show. These are just, as the topic says, on point opinions. These are just our opinions. So if anybody want to, you know, hold us to the ground, to the curb, or want to sue us, you will get no money. Okay, this is just our opinions. That was just my disclaimer, Juan.
Yeah.
So Juan,
we want the challenge. we want to be challenged, though. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but no foolishness, though.
No.
No foolishness. Just straight up. If you have a comment, we open. Hey, Juan, I just want to tell you, promo for my man Walter Kirkland. Tomorrow, he's having a golf tournament for 100 Black Men of America, the Prince George's County chapter, and it's a great fundraiser at the Woodmore Country Club. He's going to be having like Dominique Wilkins, Chris Tucker, nephew Tommy, Doug Williams, George Rogers, just a lot of celebrities, man, for a good cause to raise money. So I just wanted to throw that out there, give a plug for my man. Swan.
Did he invite Bobby Kinzer to the?
I'm playing.
I had a feeling. I know it was.
I hope when I get there.
I didn't get my invitation. All right, no, but that's great. No, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Okay, that's great.
So, Juan, we've had this debate one-on-one before, and I want to bring it back up again. I want to know, will Donald Trump be running in 2024, and does he have a chance to win?
You and I go back and forth about that, Bob, and our debates is how we got this show started. Not only do I think Donald Trump is running again, because one, I think it's a safe space for him with all these different groups after him, where I think he should be under indictment now. But I do think he's running. Not only running, he is the front runner, and they're setting it up for him to win. And I do believe that they don't believe that he can win fairly. So with all the fraudits and the election suppressions, that they are setting it up for Trump to have another run and for him to be back in office. I do believe that definitely. And I think that they are having some success with it, just due to the way the Republican Party is not doing anything. I said how great it is their job. They don't do anything but oppose.
So do you think the new voter suppression, do you think the voter suppression laws is going to help Trump and Republicans? Do you think that he might actually be under indictment? Does any of that play a part into whether he'll be able to run in 2024?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the question is, can you get 83 million? Was it 83 million, Bob, that voted last time for the Democrats? You often mention that they tend to talk about
74 million for Trump, 83 for Democrats.
Right, which is a huge, the most in history for an American president. And
was the 83 or the 74?
The 83, I mean, just
the 74 was too, by the way.
Right, the totality of it all. But to get people back out to vote is always a challenge. And I think that is the challenge for the Biden administration, why the Build Back Better Act's got to be passed. You've got to get people back out in the different races, 2022. That's why they are working hard to not only diminish Biden's agenda, but also to just try and take over elections so that there's no way for him to lose. And
here's my take on it, Juan. Here's my take on it, because I've been reserving and letting you say, stop that daggone foolishness. That mug don't stand a chance in hell in winning the goddamn. Only thing we want to see that mug get reruns. Because yes, he may run, but he ain't gonna win. Now, I don't put nothing by them because they trying to really, once as they say, so whenever the Republicans say accuse somebody of something, always flip it and realize that's what they're doing. Because when they say steal the vote, that's what they're doing. They try to steal. But Juan, they tried that. Okay, they just tried that.
Right,
it didn't work. But I'm not going to say that they're not going to try again. But that mug don't stand a chance in hell in winning, Juan, because we showed the last time. Now they're going to try to put some things in place. But all it does, Juan, is make people come out more. Okay, they get duped every time. I don't put nothing past them. Don't get me wrong. We can't be complacent, but hell to the no. That Bama, and he's just trying to make money. That's all he's doing. That's the only reason why he's trying to stay visible. Juan, he didn't even want to win the last election. He really, and that, because remember he was talking about they were doing fraudulent things. And then he won. All of a sudden, it went away. Oh no! It was a fair election. Yeah, stop it, man. He didn't even win the last time. He was just doing marketing. Because if people don't realize, when he started off the first election, the last election, man, this mug was selling. He had Trump steaks on the stage. He was selling all kinds of stuff. He was just marketing himself. But he fooled himself when he fooled the people, and he fooled himself. Come on, what businessman would give up making billions of dollars and control? You being in control and become the president when you got to let other people tell you what to do and vote. Come on, no real business. That's why no serious businessman has never run. Anybody ever said reason why? No, it's all been politicians running. It's never been any businessmen that have won. And that should tell you something, Juan. So I just want to say, no, Trump is a fake. He's just a grifter. He's trying to win money. I don't think he has a chance in hell to win, Juan. Be honest, and I hope he gets locked up before it even become a chance.
Well, Bob, I hope you're right. I say that every time to you. I hope you're right for all of those reasons. However, he does have some backing. I think the people that support him are patient and they are working it, and that's what I think is, for lack of a better term, a little daunting about it. But I hope you're right. I think he is. I agree with you on all of those pieces. But I think we're at dangerous times, and I know this may be taking a peek at our one of our future segments. They got people angry, and what is that about? But we will hit on that. But
what did you just say? I'm sorry. You said these are what kind of times? How did you say it? I'm sorry. These are
dangerous.
Man, being a black man in America has been dangerous every daggone, this ain't
Every
nothing new.
it says every day.
Every day, every year, going back to when they brought us over here, man. This ain't nothing new. That's why we resilient. You know, we stand up to this stuff. And let me tell you this, Juan. People don't say this enough.
Mhm.
Black people has been on the right side of almost every issue, from war to Ilion give that woman a kid back, to Shivo, let the woman up. I mean, we have been to the COVID shot, to the, just look at all the majority of social issues. Black Lives Matter,
Mhm.
police brutality. I mean, we don't get enough credit for being on the right side of history enough. And that's why I think this is what is different from the past one,
Mhm.
where they could just suppress things
Mhm.
and cover it over. But the genie's out the bottle, man. And I think people like Trump and Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell, they're just being exposed.
Well, Bob, we are the conscience of America. I think you've heard that before. Black people are the conscience of America. That is why I think it has always been a challenge for us, because for those reasons. Yes, we are resilient. We have to be, but we are the conscious. And I think the struggle continues. And I think we have to do all of those things that you said in order for the outcome to be what we hope it will be. But to answer your first question, I still think Trump is running, and they're
Well,
setting
he's
it up.
gonna run because that's how he's gonna make money. He's gonna run, but I'm
Right,
saying he
right,
ain't gonna
right,
win.
right,
He don't
right.
chance. He ain't
Okay,
gonna stand
okay.
because he's been exposed. He's been
Mhm,
exposed, man. And
mhm.
the 83 million that voted against him proved it.
He
And it's
fundraises all the time, right? It's a grift. It's a grift, right?
no, don't even call it fundraising, man. That mother gets
He's
shakedown.
grifting. Yeah, it's a shakedown. He's grifting. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
He's
Juan,
grifting. Okay.
let's hit the last subject
Yeah.
of the day, man. And this is near and dear to me and you when it comes to basketball, sports, pro basketball. Man, what in the world is going on with Kyrie Irving and Bradley Beal
Ooh,
not
yeah.
wanting to take the vaccination shot?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when there are state laws saying if you are a worker, then you have to, like New York,
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie Irving will not be able to play any game in New York because he hasn't taken the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on that? Do you think he has a fair right?
And Bob, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Kyrie say or use the excuse something about somewhat of a conspiracy theory about the vaccine?
Yeah, because he's out there on the conspiracy sites.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Kyrie gets his information.
Okay.
But Bradley Beal, he came out the other day and said, he said, yeah, look, they took the vaccine and people still caught the virus.
Mm-hmm.
What about that? And the fact is, they never said that you wouldn't catch the virus if you took the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say that. Now they messed up when the CDC said when people took the vaccine, you could take your mask off. That was terrible messaging. But they actually never said that you would not catch the virus. But he made a statement, and I'm like, that wasn't even a true statement. I didn't. But
you're far less to get ill from it, and even less to pass from it. Yes, right.
And less chance of you passing it to somebody.
Correct.
If you get the vaccine.
Correct.
And less chance of going to the hospital. But does he really have one? We got my man Keith Davies watching.
Oh, yeah.
All the way from Scotland.
Wow.
What's up, Davies? But so that's the thing, Juan.
Yeah.
I know people's right, but I don't think it's down to when you're working in the public, like if when basketball players, you're breathing, you're on top of everybody. When it comes to work, when it comes to your work, your job, and you can affect other people, your employee, other
Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go.
employees,
Hmm.
that kinds of take, I think, precedence. But
Mhm.
I understand that you should have the right, so that means you don't want to work, so don't get paid.
Well, it's a disappointment to me. And I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the elder statesmen and a longtime activist, wrote about and wrote something to the NBA regarding this, and that you should forfeit then potentially playing in the league. And I think it's a bit irresponsible for those guys who have been compensated so very well, and I'm happy for that. But that vaccine mandate should take place. You have to think justice is, even though they, as you said, they try to say it's a personal issue, there are more people that you affect, and not only physically, but across the nation as a celebrity, that they should be cognizant of that. And even Andrew Wiggins, another player for Golden State, tried to use a religious exemption, but he may not be able to play at home, Jim. But I think there's all these theories that they're tracking you, and we already know, they track you with your phone already. But I think
And not only with your phone, they track you with your license, because that's what the
license,
real ID. It's a chip in your real
right,
ID, and they
right,
track you all kinds of
all
stuff.
kind of ways. Yeah,
Stop
it's gonna
the
become
daggone foolishness.
stop the foolishness, and
But,
so I
but
think
Juan,
it's disappointing. It's
hey, well, I'm
disappointing.
just gonna tell people, Keith Davis. So it's kind of, what is that? 5 hour, 6 hour difference.
They have 5 hours ahead. Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
5 hours ahead.
yeah.
So that's
it's
12
one.
o'clock. He's up there watching us at 12 in the morning. Thanks, Keith. Man, that's
Thanks,
all I
Keith.
do.
Yeah,
Look,
God bless.
Didi said Kyrie's problem is, and this is pretty good, Didi,
Okay.
his lack of knowledge of the whole vaccine is his problem. That's what Didi said. And I think
Right.
that's probably a good statement.
That's a great statement. From Young,
but
that's a great statement. And that's what we're looking for, Bob. Thank you. Yeah, we want the comments. We know these are subjects that everybody is discussing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
great.
On,
Thank you, Didi. Mm-hmm.
So on with that, I lost the thread. I had the people on, and somehow I lost the thread for people out there asking questions. But
keep watching.
So look, we need to bring this home, right?
Yes.
And we want to end it with our segment, which is our closing commentary. And this closing commentary, you all, is different than us talking about different topics and issues and things out there. This is a time we can call this sound off, or we can call this I'm just saying. This is a commentary on what me and Juan, something like this has been, irking us, or something that we want to get off our chests. This is our closing commentary. So Juan, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first, Bob.
Cool.
Because I know you have some home run hitters. But
I don't know. I might get chastised, but it's just I need to get this off my chest.
Well, but there you go. But yes, thank you, Bob. As we close this out, and I hope we stimulated some minds tonight, and that we hit some of the topics that you all want to hear. So when Bob says comment, send it in. I've been talking to you all, friends and family. Continue to critique and to offer suggestions. And what I want to really just say is, all my friends, family, acquaintances, I know that so many of you all do what I did. Instead of screaming back at the television, talking back to the radio, cursing out the phone that you're on with nobody. This is the opportunity. That's why Bob and I started this show. because we do know I run into it all the time. I get into it with folks, and that is what keeps us going. So I ask you all we're going to continue to make this interactive, and I will share your thoughts because we're not looking for people to agree with us. We're not looking for people to affirm us. We're looking for people to challenge, to offer their insights, because collectively, that's what will allow us to help to educate everybody, and for people who tune in to us, because we all have an opinion. And so stop hollering at the television. Holler at us. We'll be here for you. We'll take your voice to the public. And so that's what I really want to say to the masses. Join in, talk to us, lay us out. That's what makes it so good. And so I look forward to coming on and to sharing what we're talking about. So remember, 6 p.m. every month, first Sunday of the month, and we'll be here for you. So Bob, that's really what I wanted to get off, because I think that's what we always wanted to do, is have a platform. Bob has a platform for financial literacy. He does this. So he's my Energizer bunny. He just keeps it moving, and that's what motivates me. So I look forward to seeing you all next month, Bob. So thank you. Mm-hmm.
You will. So on. This is my sound off.
Uh-oh. Come with it, Bob.
Juan, I got to get this off my chest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When will a president do something specifically for Black people? I'm talking about other than LBJ. I'm talking about the Japanese got reparations.
Mm-hmm.
The Indians got cigarettes and casinos. Matter of fact, they even got land. They call them reservations, but at least they got that.
Mm-hmm.
Biden's first day in office, he signed an executive order for LGBTQT plus, if I'm saying this is right, for hate crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Within a year issue of Asian hate crimes, they passed a bill for Asian hate crimes.
Mm.
Now, I know that in the past, people said, well, no, those were things that were given for Black people, like civil rights. But yet, when you look at it, we always have other people add in, because now white women, was in on that, gays, so that wasn't just for us. Mm-hmm. Then you say affirmative action. They done took that away. As a matter of fact, affirmative action started being for several other groups. Once again, women and gays and other groups. Mm-hmm. But it seems like when it comes to Black people, when we ask, and I'm not talking about reparations, you all. I'm not even asking for reparations. I'm just saying, I get Obama. A lot of people say, well, Obama, he did things that was for everybody and it helped Black people. I get that. I'm not saying he didn't do that. Mm-hmm. But it seems like so many other races have particular things designated for them. Bills. I mean, we got the lynching bill has been going up for over 200 times.
Yeah, they never passed.
Anti-lynching.
Anti-lynching.
Directly for Black folks.
Yeah, it's never been passed.
200 times, Juan.
It's never been passed.
Shot down.
Right.
The George Floyd bill, the Lewis bill. Mm-hmm. These are to help Black people. So people say, well, what about voting rights? No, they even Supreme Court turned that around.
They're blocking that, right.
So when will they all I'm asking is, God, man, can they do one thing for Black people? They do it for all other races, but when we start asking for something, then it's all like, man, wait a minute, you got a good job, you got this, or what are you complaining about? So Juan, so this is what I want to tell the people of America what Black people really want.
Mhm.
Okay. This is what black people really want. And it's not even reparations.
Mhm.
Black people want the racist people in America to leave us alone.
Mm.
Just leave us the freaking alone. That's what we really want, y'all. We don't want no handouts. We don't really want no reparations. We don't want no set-asides. We want what James Brown said years ago. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I get it myself. I'm sure it's just that simple, you all. But right, white, racist America, this is what all black people want. For you to leave us the freaking alone. Just leave us alone. We're the most taunted, hunted, sought after, depressed, suppressed, stress, race, black men as it is. But all we want, we don't want you to give us nothing. Because we feel capable of getting all we want. It's really simple, you all. Leave us the freaking alone. That's all. I think that's not much to ask. Is that, Ron?
Ooh.
I'm glad I got that off my chest.
Hey.
So with that, you all.
You must be, you might be about 100 pounds lighter. All right. That's a lot to carry on the brother's show. But
I feel a lot better, man. I feel like it's just the tension in my life.
Bob, look, you're virtual America and all our friends. Do you see what Special K, Bobby Kinzer, just did? He teased you up because we're going to hit that again. That's a subject. And, he and I go back and forth about that. So you want to get in on this because we have a lot of people in all corners on that one. So, Bob, very good.
With that, Juan,
yes, sir.
Great show again. Thank y'all. We here the first Sunday of every month, and that means what does that mean, Juan? What's the next? The next Sunday is November 7th. That's
November
the first
7th.
Sunday.
November 7th. Yes. Sounds like a lucky.
Tune in
lucky
6
day.
o'clock on Point Opinions. And look, put some comments out there. Y'all let us know that you out there. Let us know what you feel. I want to say hello to our good friend Joanne Skinner. She out there watching. She's always faithful, checking us out.
Great. Thank you,
everybody.
I know Joanne's got some comments too. And Bob, can't they go back and look at this show too? Aren't these?
That's right. They can look at all the shows that we have archived. Go out there and look under video under On Point Opinions. Go into videos, you can see our past shows, and you can also go out on YouTube, and they store it out on YouTube too.
Great.
So with that, Juan, my partner,
thanks, my man.
Great day, great topics, and we're going to come with some. And look, send us some topics too, by the way, you all.
Absolutely, yes.
Give us some topics.
Yeah, my cousin was the one who talked about that whole Democratic split. So I thought he was right on. I said, we're right on it. We're thinking alike. So great. Yeah, continue that, guys. Continue it.
Well, that's it for On Point Opinions. Bobby Kinzer, Juan Holcomb.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a great week. And may peace and love be with you.
Happy life.